Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Colorless Oranges, where I share my experiences to help better yours. I'm your host, Sydney Hyatt, Cinderella, Sydney that girl. And today we are here to talk about playing small. Really quick though, I do want to mention our merchandise that we got going on right now. I'm wearing a Colorless Oranges hat, Colorless Oranges oversized tee. This is our gray color. And that's about it. I made these hats while I was on live with a couple of you who watch. Shout out Frieza, shout out Jordy, shout out Marky, shout out all the guys. Shout out everybody that's watching right now. I'm very thankful that you guys constantly tune in, allow me to express myself, and give me some feedback. In our next episode, crossing my fingers, we will have a guest that I'm really excited for. When I heard about the opportunity, I was very emotional, but that's all I'm going to say about it. We are talking playing small here today. This came from a recent experience that I just had. I don't want to say too much because I don't want people to get the wrong idea about certain things, but I do think that playing small sometimes, well, before I even get into that, in doing my podcast, in being myself, in being authentic to myself, I know that I have a duty to this world, and it's mostly to shake up the room. I have a lot of ideas, and I bring a lot of different emotions. I evoke different emotions to other people, to many people. Majority of the time, it's very disruptive. It's, to bring out those demons that you're hiding. And so I know that power that I hold there, so I try my hardest not to do it on purpose. If it happens because this is who I am, but it's very rare that I can hold that back, if you understand what I'm saying. So I am going to share my experience, but also try to keep others who were involved in it a little bit concealed. Okay, so I was actually having a conversation with my sister's boyfriend, and this just it all came together. I kind of realized what was happening, what was the vibe, what needed some more attention from me, if that makes any sense. I met this guy. I went out, had an amazing time at the party, left the party, and this is where I met this person. He approached me, and we just got to chit-chatting. I was very intrigued by this person. I kind of was understanding how people see me sometimes as a little bit mysterious. I wanted to know a little bit more about this person, but this person was a little bit reserved, and they didn't think that the area in which we were was appropriate for the conversations that I wanted to have, more so background information, stuff like that. I didn't know what I didn't know, so I kind of wanted to know more. And whatever, he was like, let's go on a date, and I can tell you more about me then. And I was like, cool. Went on the date, and a lot of things stood out to me on the date that kind of were in my mind a little bit. They were kind of they were lingering. For example, being late to a date. I don't care about that, but I am not the kind of person that likes to be late anywhere. So I usually, where we were going, that area usually doesn't have any parking, and I despise sitting around looking for parking, so I try to get there a little bit earlier. I was there 15 minutes early because I was thinking I wasn't going to find parking, and Lord and behold, I found parking. Whatever. Cool. During the transgression of this date, as things were going on, I was told that he was broke. He couldn't afford to get me a YSL bag or a Rolex. And I was just who is to say that I want these things? I don't I hope that people don't see me and think that like I want this fancy lifestyle. If this is what you think that I want and what I deserve and what I should have, then that's on you, and those are your projections. And that's what I've understood becoming an adult woman. That men will put their projections on you. They will tell you what they think that you deserve. They will give you what they think you deserve. Whereas us women, we give what we want and what is in us to give. And they give us what we think we deserve. So, you know, if you're constantly texting this person and they're like, you know, giving you all these compliments and they're taking you these places, they're quick to respond to you, they want to, you know, they want you to meet their family. These are things that they think that you deserve. So they're treating you according to what their belief is and what, you know. So either you can be met with respect because they think you deserve respect, or you can be met with disrespect because they think that you deserve that. Not because this is what you're projecting, okay? Like, this is not about you. This is about them. So I guess he thinks that I deserve those things. Cool. At another point in the date, I was told I'm not always going to get what I want. Highlighted that. That was like noted in my brain. I'm like, I'm not sitting here and trying to get everything that I want or whatnot. I'm just like, just you be you and let me be me. You know, like, I'm not sitting here trying to find like somebody to come and solve all my problems or somebody who's going to make my life better. Like, I have a thing, and I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it multiple times in this podcast. I don't care if you're rich, poor, educated, I don't care. I don't see you as better than me or less than me. I'm not here holding a scale to people. How are you compared to me? That's not how I work. So continuing on, I was supposed to continue hanging out with this person, you know, like a part 2, but he was tired. And one thing about me that I cannot stand is people who are tired around me. I feel like you're giving a lack of effort. You're not fully involved in what's happening right now. So why should I be subjected to dealing with this like moody annoyingness? I don't like it, actually. Like, people who are tired normally, they're rude. And I don't like rude people. You can be upfront, you can be blunt, you can be dry, you can be however you want to be. Don't sit here and be rude. Like, I don't like that tiredness stuff. So I noticed they kept yawning, and I'm like, you know, whatever. Like, I was being funny. And they were like, did you want to leave it for another time? And I'm like, yes, absolutely, sure. Perfect. No problem. Went on my merry way. So cool. I didn't hear from this person again. That was great. I think it like weeded itself out for me. I was having this conversation also with somebody else who was like, you know, you gotta like, this is how they started the conversation. Like, I basically have to chill out. I have to like tone it down. And I'm like, I'm not even doing anything for me to know how to tone it down. I don't feel that I'm like putting on a show and then I need to like scale it back. As the conversation continued with this person, you know, I'm telling them like, I think it's good if a guy feels like I'm bougie or I'm this, I'm that, because if they're insecure, if they have their own issues, if they feel like they can't, you know, be in my energy, then that's fine. I don't want to attract people who are going to be like this person, who think that they can handle something, and then when it comes to it, they can't. So whatever, I went on live, I was talking about it, and what people were helping me understand, or what I came to the conclusion was, well, they were saying how I'm just out of his league. And it's crazy because I don't see myself in a league. I guess I play small. I don't see the things that people see. Sure, I have confidence. But when it comes to value, which I think confidence and value are two completely opposite things, I think that I don't have a full understanding of it. You know, like what what my value is. And as I've been developing this idea, I've been trying to understand it and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily see it. So in the playing small situation, he's seeing me out of his caliber. Like, we're not the same, like he's gonna whatever. And he made all his big ideas and projections about me, his perspective and all of that. And he weeded himself out. And I think one of the biggest things that, while I was talking to my sister's boyfriend, one thing that came to my mind, I'm talking about it. And what I was really talking about a lot was how planes really make like the same sounds as like V8 and V12 cars. Like, relax, Brody. You didn't hear we were like no engines allowed type thing. Anyways, what I kept talking about was how tall he was, right? I loved how tall he was. It was just so attractive to me. I was like, wow, like I just felt so small. Like, it was just so nice. Like, I didn't have to feel like this, like, and it right there clicked. I've been playing small. I'm out here dealing with copycats, lookalikes. And I'm supposed to be looking over here, and I'm here. I'm looking here. Understanding your worth puts you in different places, and it makes you do different things, right? I've always been raised with the mentality, like, actually one recently too, I got a really nice compliment. They were like, whoever it was that raised you is proud of you right now. Like, they would be very proud of you right now. And I was smiling the whole time. Like, they kept on going like with that idea, but that was pretty much like what they said. Not verbatim, but that's what they said. It was so beautiful to hear, because I'm like, my mom did work hard to like make sure I didn't come out how people, in my environment. She tried her hardest to give me a better education and to, push me into the right direction. In her eyes, what the right direction was. And I think it's so beautiful, because I understand my worth, and I don't put myself in certain situations, right? Like, sure, I can hang out in Hunts Point, like, I don't think I'm better than the people at Hunts Point. I can hang out there, sure, but I do stick out like a sore thumb. Like, I'm not like them, even though I feel that I am, but they don't see me the same as them, right? Can't really go to like Bergdorf on 5th, because then they're like, oh, like, she's darker than us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never really found a place where I actually like I can be there. I can fit there. And that's fine. We're not really supposed to fit in. We're all completely different. And like, the people that fit in certain places, they have conformed themselves to fit in those places. I don't do that. I don't necessarily change who I am. Sure, I can adapt to a situation, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to physically form myself into this, like, just because let's say I hang out with a whole bunch of white people and they have dead straight hair, doesn't mean I'm going to keep straightening my hair. That's not the point of that. Like, I can hang out with you, sure, and we can talk about certain similar things, but I'm not going to sit here and like change who I am to fit your box, if that makes any sense. So I feel that I can hang out, and I'm over here looking here, and it's like the universe and God and like everybody's just like, wait, but you need to be looking over here, Sydney, like, turn around, they're over there. And I'm here like, well, no, he's so cute, oh my God. But it's like the Tartarians are over there, and I'm like looking at the wrong side. I feel like it's difficult for me to make comparisons, because I don't want people to think that I'm coming off any type of way that I'm not. Being misunderstood is really like annoying to me, but fuck it. I guess whoever understands it at this point. I do thoroughly enjoy my life right now and how it's moving, right? Like, I'll, get to know this person, don't like this, get to know this person, don't fit there, get to know this person. And it's just like, it's helping me unlock many more things of myself. Many more things. Wow. Don't listen to that. I don't know how many of you know about your human design chart, but if you do know about it, I am a projector. I am here to guide, not to create. I am here to help. I am here to be invited, And in understanding that, I'm to be invited, right? It's helped me unlock this other part of myself. How am I going to get scouted or invited if I am not out there, right? I'm not necessarily here meant to facilitate these huge opportunities for people. That's another person's job. Those are generators' jobs. Mine is to sit here, help make your thing better. Help you see the flaws and the cracks in your foundation that you don't. And that's really difficult because not most people want that. So most projectors, they're meant to be consultants, right? I'm supposed to just be hired to tell you what to do and how to fix things. And that's cool. I do this out of the kindness of my heart. And I realized why. Coming to understand that I was given an open space to talk and be and question everything in my household. From a young age, since basically I was born. I'd ask why this, who this, what happened there. I had questions out the U-Haul everywhere. I really remember this one time we were hanging out on the block and my mom's friend had a black eye. And I was just staring at it the whole time. And I was like, what happened? My mom's friend got really upset. And my mom was like, well, my daughter's allowed to ask things. It's obvious you have a black eye. She's a child. Why wouldn't she want to know what happened? For a lot of people in certain cultures, it's you stay out of grown people's business. And while I did, because even to this day, even when I hang out with my mom and her friends, I'm still I still keep that in mind. I stay out of grown people's business. Now I'm in the grown people's business and they're asking me questions and I'm like, am I allowed to know this? Am I allowed to be here right now? But, I've been given the opportunity to be myself time and time again. Whether I take it or not is up to me. If I have these questions, if I feel the need that I need to say something to somebody, I say it. I have been allowed to do so. Shout out my mom for that. You know what I mean? Thank God I was given that open space, the safe space to do so. I could always say whatever I needed to say. And taking that and moving that into this society, it is extremely difficult. People do not want you to tell them anything about themselves. They don't want to know nothing. They don't want to better themselves. They're content with where they are. I, on the other hand, can't help but see these things. This is what is in my mind. I'm not going to train my mind to be other ways if this is how I am. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing that you refuse to change. That's why I've always been so proud of my podcast, and I think that this is why I've geared towards having a podcast, is for the simple fact that you clicked on this. I appreciate you for clicking on this. I think it's amazing to try to open your perspective, open your mind, being open to something other than yours, which I think that's beautiful. But all that energy needed to be transmuted somewhere. I needed to put it somewhere. I don't want to say fully bitter, because I don't think I had got there yet. But, yeah, it's a beautiful thing having this platform and being able to share and people being able to, because where I can't do it at, I have to remove myself. People like my sister, they don't want me to tell them things, so I walk away from those situations. I can't do anything. I'm basically on pause until you say, hey, I need your help. You know how, obviously the universe makes things happen whether you want them or not. But a lot of the times when you're asking for help, there it is. But if you're not asking for the help, how can anybody help you? So I'm just here waiting for the opportunity to help. That's it. I think I was... There's a saying. It's yes, okay, it's humble, it's all of these things, but I feel like being humble comes from knowing that you could pop shit and not popping it. I think I was more blinded from it, knowing like my full potential, knowing like how I come off as people. This was the actual exercise though. It was to see what all these people want from me and why we fall out, how they want my life, and what is it of me that they see in me that I don't. It's like I was told either like draw it or write a poem, like write something, do something, see how other people see you. And in realizing how other people see me, I realized I've been playing small. Realizing that you think I act like I'm a celebrity and I think I'm all that, I've been playing small. I'm doing myself a disservice. That's what I was talking about in that whole, like, I can go to Hunts Point or whatever. It's like, yes, I can do all of those things, but it's like, I need to be focused on getting to this part, like this other part. We already know what that gives. We already know. I need to discover in a new area, go different places. I've always been open to everything. I give everybody a chance. And in the men department, right? Let's talk about the men department. People swear to God, like I have like a whole roster and I can have whatever I want. I was even like talking about this, like they were saying like, oh, you have options. I'm like, for me, an option is something that's viable, that I actually want, and I'm in between, right? I have options of this shirt and I have options of this hat. There's 3 colors of this hat. There's a forest green, more of an emerald green, and a purple one. Those are all 3 hats that I want. So they are options for me. They're not options because they're just in the world. If there was a red one of this one and I don't like the red one, it's not an option for me because I don't want it. So the options are clear as day of like, this is what I want, right? And I have to pick now between these things. Mexican food is never an option for me because I don't eat Mexican food. Nothing against Mexicans. It's not about that. I just don't like the flavor. I don't really like sodium and other things. And I don't eat mofongo. I don't eat mondongo. I don't eat sancocho. Like, I'm very, whatever. It's not like just about one thing. But anyways. Yeah, so just because there's people that talk to me and want to be with me or whatever they think of me, however, and whatever their thing is of me, doesn't necessarily mean that that's what I want. What? No, that's not how that works. So I don't necessarily have a whole bunch of options. And that's good. I don't let just anybody in my energy, and I hope that that's what that comes off as. It's nice that I don't appear as what I've been through in my life, which that's also been another lesson. Like, people think like I've had it good all my life. Great, thank you. It doesn't necessarily need to be a thing of like, oh my God, she looks like she's been in a car accident. Why would I want to look and present myself that way? I don't want to carry that pain. I want to release that pain, put it into something else, and move on. That's it. So I realized all the people who think we got beef or whatever, it's a common theme of them thinking I'm this big, humongous star. Baby, I don't... Yes, I have confidence. Yes. I am not sitting here thinking I'm no star. Maybe I should, though, and see what kind of opportunities that opens for me. Right? How would your life look like if you acted how you thought you were? Which you do, by the way. However you live, like, for example, if you think you're somebody who isn't protected, or you're somebody who isn't God's favorite, how is your life going to be drastically different from somebody who believes everything works out for them and there's nothing that could go wrong? You live less worried, and the opportunities start pouring out. I can attest that I believe everything works out for me. I know that that's like a lot of affirmations that people give. Oh, like everything will work out for me. I genuinely believe that though. Even something that has been sent to be a different way or was intended to be a different way towards me, I have still alchemized it and made it work for me. There isn't anything that I can see as bad. I don't know how my brain was wired to be this way now. I'm not a pessimist. I'm just a full optimist. I feel like I'm also logical, and I know like this could happen if you are in this risky situation. I do know that where I'm at right now, it's like I've fully gathered all the lessons and the wisdom and everything, which lessons, wisdom, and knowledge are all different things. Wisdom is like really applying it and like having a deep understanding, in my opinion. Actually, but anyways, moving from the wisdom, I need to make radical changes. Wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments based on knowledge, experience, and understanding, often involving insight, discernment, and a grasp of ethical principles. Yes. Yeah, I make sound judgments, yes. I have gathered all this knowledge. I feel like I have evolved in my brain, and now it's time to show it into my reality. Here are all the Pokemon cards that I've been saving up, and now here, look at them. And in order to do that, I feel like I have to make a radical change. Like things have to be radical in order for it to change for me. I've noticed that it's similar to like a fear of success, where you know that you should be maybe trying to do this and you're not. So it's like, do you really want to be successful if you're not trying to hit that? You know, I was playing small. Fear of success, playing small. Fear of success, playing small. Do I really want to make it or not? I'm like, yeah, I don't care about this, whatever. But do you or do you not want to make it? Do you want to go somewhere else or not? If you don't, then stay where you are. If you do, then let's go. What are we doing? I always like meeting new people. You start like reflecting about your past and like so that they can kind of understand who you are and blah, blah, blah. I was showing this person, I think, an old thumbnail of mine, and they were like, oh, who made that? And that really like, I took that so hard. They're like, oh, who made that for you? I literally took it and I was like, oh, I did. I never had anybody like, edit or anything. And in my mind, I was like, damn, I really used to try like very hard before. Not try hard, but I would be inspired and I would act quickly on it. I wanted to do this and I did it. And that's just how it was. And with my YouTube channel, in that specific thumbnail, the video was like 20 outfits for the summer. And I put like all 20 of the outfits into one thumbnail. Now that was kind of difficult because in the way in which I did it, whatever, it was a whole thing. And you would have kind of thought that I would have evolved from that and like kind of found something, but I think it just stood there. I guess since I didn't receive, like, I didn't continue. And obviously I was doing that for other people. I wasn't necessarily doing it for myself. I was like, here, let me show you how to dress. And since I didn't get the thing that I expected, I guess I just stood there, left it there, and I dropped it. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. In being a projector, a way of knowing that you are in alignment is that you feel successful. When you don't, you feel bitter. Yeah, there is a lot of bitterness when it comes to certain things. I have realized, though, when I have consistency, the only way to make it on any social platform is by being consistent. There's no such thing as just, okay, here, boom, done. That's not how things work. It's a constant trying to make it. I kind of let the hustle go down. I stopped doing certain things because of certain things that happened in my life. And I think with my podcast, it should be easier. These are just my experiences and my thoughts, and I don't have to be so hard on myself. But I am the kind of person that rather give quality than quantity. So it's very difficult because I'm not trying to put things out so that an algorithm can be happy with me. I'm trying to put things out that at some point in time, this is a full catalog of things, of how to get better, of how to move forward. And I don't want you to just sit and watch a whole 30-minute episode and you be like, I didn't learn anything, and what was the point of that? Like, I'm not here to show you how to be consistent. If you want that, there's 1,000 other people. Look at Mr. Beast. I don't know, whoever. I don't even watch his channel. I don't know much about that man. I just know, like, he posts a video every day, if I'm correct. A lot of people get a lot of traction from posting a video a day for 30 days, and that, like, booms their channel. Have I ever given myself the opportunity to do that? No. Because I tell myself, I don't have that many things to talk about. Honey, you don't go quiet, not even for a minute. What are we talking about? So maybe I should. Maybe instead of trying to theorize it, make it a logical thing, kind of just do it. Maybe see where that works. But there is another thing: playing it small. No, I don't want to be the biggest or whatever, because, you know, like, there's somebody better than me and there's more resources and blah, blah, blah. But why am I not allowed to? You don't even give yourself the opportunity to think that way. And even I do it. This is a clear example as to how I'm doing it to myself, how I'm playing small. There are so many different facets in which we play small. Oh, no, I don't deserve this. You're a nail tech. You're charging only $30 because you think that there's a better nail tech than you, but you still have 10 clients a week. They are still faithfully coming to get their nails done by you. But you shouldn't charge more. How are you going to profit and keep making your business work for you if you're not charging the prices that you know you need to charge and that you deserve? Playing it small really puts us in these crazy predicaments, because, like, I feel like the only way that I can express certain things is, like, things that we all understand, which, you know, I haven't fully developed this idea yet, so bear with me. If you are out and let's say you're $1 million, you are not going to Skids Row, are you? If you know that your script is worth $1 million, are you just going to throw it in the garbage? No. I'm really, like, trying my hardest to figure out, like, how to help you understand what I'm trying to say right now. Your value and how you see yourself is what puts you in the predicaments that you are in. So if you don't value yourself as a woman and you are interacting with men who only want you for a specific thing, that can be a part of what you change. If you don't want to be seen as this, then change it in yourself. People keep seeing me as this big star. I got to change and start looking at myself as a big star. I am as big as Margot Robbie to these people. And I just got to start walking around like I know that. Start acting like I know who I am. Not to be cocky about it, and not to just be humble about it, but to walk in that power, in that direction, in that way. Not to think that I am better than, but just so that I can walk with purpose, with confidence, I guess, with value. But I don't know how to explain it, because I don't feel like I devalue myself in any way or degrade myself. But I also don't feel like I am up there. I want to have a pop-up shop, for example. It's not for example. I actually do want to have a pop-up shop. I have a couple of shirts and baby tees that are here waiting to be in their new home. A lot of people tell me like, oh, why don't you send them to like different influencers? And I have not received one client from any of the influencers that I've given it to. Yeah, like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about a lot of people that I've given these, and maybe my prices are too. That's not my business though. If you don't, this is how much it is, and that's just, that price is staying there. There was a sale though, which I said I never wanted to do, but I was like, and I was like, nobody bought it, so it's fine. But I want to do a pop-up. Now, am I going to do a pop-up at McDonald's? I would love to. I think that would be fun, actually. Like, I don't even, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't see anything that's under me or above me. Like, could you say maybe Bergdorf is bigger than me? Sure, but like, or Saks. But I don't really see it. Like, I could do one there. Like, what's the issue with that? Yeah, like, knowing your charge kind of allows the lightning to hit when and how. You know your impact. That's it. That's the word. There it is. Thank you. I love that. That was phenomenal. The impact. You have to know your impact. And I do know I have the ability to change people's lives. I know one conversation with me is like, oh my God, what have I been doing with my life? Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, I was holding that in forever. Oh my God, I feel better. Like, life is just so good. I know that impact. But I only serve that impact. That impact can only happen when you ask me for it. Because if I just go and tell you it, now you hate me because I told you things that you've been hiding from yourself this whole time. So now I'm the villain. Because you didn't ask for it. But when you do ask for it, I am, oh my God, where have you been my whole life? My bestie. Oh my God. I guess I should figure out how to be a consultant. Figure out how to monetize my abilities. Because I do think that people do see me as a leader and kind of difficult to control, since I have my own ideas and my own mindset and my own ways. So it's difficult for people to be like, yes, you come work for me. I have these truly grandiose dreams, which seem very attainable to me. And I just wish that they would be here now. Certain parts of them, you know? Certain parts of it. But I think it all goes at its time. I did want to mention my friend who is a sound healer, yoga instructor. On her page, there is a sound bath that helps you slow down. I should ask her if I could include the end of it, but whatever, it's on her page. So if you are feeling the need to slow down, kind of figure out what's going on in your life, you don't understand, you know, it's a guided way. It's about, I think, 7 or 8 minutes long. Short, I should say, because I'm normally in them for like an hour. I love me a good sound bath. Yeah, but slowing down, figuring out your next steps, or how to just, you know, move forward, or maybe slowing down can tell you maybe you need to move forward or slow down more. Like, you know, just to chill out and kind of grasp yourself, gather all your things. It's on our page. I will have everything in the description. I think it's very important to sit and ponder. I know for me as a projector, I'm not really supposed to like get up and go, which for a long time I had been like that. But I feel that my life is much nicer and easier now that I am having a slow morning and I think about things a little bit longer and yada, yada, yada. I've been having a good time doing that. You know, like no school stress, like, oh my God, I got to get up and do this for school. I got to get up and go to work. I got to get up and do this, and I got to do that. I'm sorry, my SD card keeps getting full. This isn't the normal one that I use, but regardless, give yourself some time, figure things out, see where you want to go next. Stop playing small. Know your impact, know your worth, figure out your value. Your value sometimes can help you with your confidence too. Like, here is a prime example. I do all of these things. I do all of this. This is how people are receiving it. And this is where your confidence can come from. I'll talk about that in another episode. We can develop that maybe tomorrow. Maybe I try to do this 30 videos challenge. See if I can make 30 videos back to 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 back. I hope I didn't scare you guys all off with my last video. I was hurt though. It came from a place of pain. Whether you know it or not, you are important. I appreciate you deeply, immensely. I am thankful for your time, for being here. I'll see you and you in the back soon. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My car watchers, please help my engagement. Please, please, please. I feel like a beggar, but one with one hand washes the other. Like, please. I don't care if you hate this episode. I don't care however you feel about it. That's a good thing. If you hate this episode, I did my job. However you show support, I would appreciate it. Love you. Have a blessed day, life. And everything will work out for you. I promise.